What's up? This is Derek.
Jamie Madrock.
Man, this your man's Obi Trice.
This is Ad-Lib.
Yo, what up? This is Spex One.
This is Spesh K.
Hot Rocks, the motherfucking Skot MC.
Breaking
Wreckords.
Breaking Records Radio out here.
This is Breaking Records Radio.
Check them out, man.
There was a music video that you featured on, which I believe might have actually been the first time I ever heard you after hearing your name on the Northern Touch record. It classified and decisive. You're dead now.
Yeah.
And that music video I have not ever seen since it was on Much Music.
You know what's crazy? I actually saw or read an interview with Classified where someone brought up that video.
I actually had brought it up to
Was
him
it you?
before. It might have been.
Because I remember his answer being, I don't know, it's not on YouTube. Like, he didn't realize what had happened with it. I mean, I don't know why it's not on YouTube and whatever happened to it. I will say this, though. It was a lot of fun to do, but I'm going to be dead honest, and I'm sure Class might even remember this. D-Sisive and I were kind of clowning the whole shoot during the shoot. Not because of Class by any means. We loved him and the track.
Yeah.
But I recall the guys shooting it were real weird. Like, I had done a few videos by that time, and they had some really strange ideas. The final version of that video was us kind of massaging it into something else because they had all these aspirations to do all these things that were like, I don't get what you're looking to do.
Wow.
Like, if you remember it, I'm tied up in a room,
Yeah.
and I'm being held captive, and so's D-Sisive, and like the story, we didn't understand it.
Yeah.
And we thought it was weird.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Yeah.
And I remember Class later put in another song, you might know, I don't know what song it is. He said something to the effect of, got a lot of videos, and some are really dope, but some are better
Right,
to
just to
listen
listen to.
Right. And I know he's I bet he's referring to Yuh Ded now, because he hasn't posted it.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen it. Now, what I can tell you, and maybe this will be an interesting little thing here, I'm almost sure that I have it somewhere on video cassette.
Woo.
And I'm not VHS. And I'm not talking about like taped off Rap City. I'm talking about like I was given an official copy.
Yeah.
If I can find the copy and somehow transfer it, I'll put that shit out.
Do it.
You know?
Do
Because
it.
by today's standards, Class blew the hell up.
Yep.
You know? Shouts to Classified.
It's a piece of Canadian history.
And I still like the song. It was kind of it was a dope beat.
It's a dope song.
You know,
You whacker than the black guy, and that's Club 7.
you know what's funny?
Whacker than the black guy in S Club 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny because I swear when I seen that video, it was like probably in the video flow after S Club
That's
7
funny.
show
That
I
was great.
played.
Yeah, that dude, the black dude from S Club 7 is the dude who broke up the whole thing because it was supposed to appeal to children and he got caught by paparazzi smoking weed.
No
Right?
way.
Yeah, man.
What do you know? These interviews could go all over the place. That's crazy. You know what's funny about that verse too? That's actually really funny. Thanks for one of my favorite compliments is when someone can quote a line, and I appreciate.
Yeah, we did the
You know the
research,
line?
yeah.
That's cool. I forgot about that one because I remember S Club 7 being the lame group.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'm like, this black dude sticks out like a sore thumb, and I put it in the verse. Yeah.
That was one thing that caught me.
That's
like,
So
funny,
good.
bro.
That
That's
is
funny.
so good.
That I remember though that someone, fuck, all these memories coming back. Someone had pointed out that verse to me, man. Like someone emailed me or Facebooked me or something, and they're like, "Oh, I love that verse, whatever," and commented on a line. Which now that you say that one, there's a lot of at the time lines in it.
Yeah.
Because I end it with, oh yeah, they were confused. They didn't know what the last line was. And the last line was, "I'll survive longer than Kucha and Ogakor."
Yeah.
And Kucha, do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't even know that.
Kucha and Ogakor happen to be the names of the teams on the second season of Survivor.
Oh,
And that's the year it came out. So I said, "I'll survive longer than Kucha and Ogakor," figuring Survivor's popular enough for people to get it.
Yeah.
Well, here we are all these years later, and there's been so many seasons of Survivor. Admittedly, I'm still a fan. But so many team names I couldn't possibly remember. So by today's standards, you might listen to that record and go, "Who's S Club 7? Kucha and Ogakor? What the fuck's this guy talking about?"
Yeah.
Anyways.
But those are my favorite kind of bars because then,
It takes research, man.
well, it does, and like I'm not even I know some dudes who are like opposite of me, and when they catch a bar they don't get, they're automatically looking it up to find out.
I
what it
love
means.
that about.
See, I
yeah.
don't. I rather catch it in life. You know what I mean?
get you,
I wonder the line, and I'll always wonder. But then once somebody else brings up like whatever those names were, if someone were to happen to be talking about that, I'm be like, That's what Danny was talking about. You know what I mean? And like,
it's kind of cool because
you have those occurrences like every week in life. You kind of like
the way it hits you sometimes makes the verse that much dope.
it does.
There has
Makes
been
you
things
appreciate it
I
more.
can't think off the top of my head. I know De La Soul. They're one of my favorite groups ever. Like, especially Pasta News has certain lines that I'll catch it years later.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god. So yeah, I get you.
And that's my
How
favorite
you-
part
how
about
you
hip hop
catch
is
it.
kind of the mystery behind it and just kind of how it.
I agree,
you know,
man. I've always
From sampling to the lyrics to
Totally.
everything.
I've always championed hip hop as being the lone musical genre that crams in more lyrics than any other form of music. And in those lyrics, you can learn so much.
Yeah.
Like from the innuendo to the metaphor to facts
Yeah.
to the history. There's things that I've
Just
learned
references.
because it was in a hip hop record
So much.
that I've researched. Like unlike you, I tend to like take out my phone and Google something immediately.
Yeah.
I mean, I was doing it earlier today. I was watching a Family Guy rerun, and Brian made a cut. He was trying to pick up this girl by pretending he was a magician, and he says, "Oh, you know, I'm a regular Doug Henning," and I didn't know who he was talking about. So I looked him up. Canadian magician,
Oh shit.
and he made this joke about having AIDS, but he didn't have AIDS. He had liver cancer, and all of a sudden I'm researching this guy
Yeah.
because Family Guy is a reference-heavy show.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah.
And that's one of the reasons I love it so much, because it kind of reminds me of hip-hop and
It
the
does-
way
yeah,
that
it
it
does kinda,
sparks stuff
Yeah.
that maybe I don't know that I want to know more about. Anyway, I agree with you. Hip-hop's so dope for that.
Breaking fucking records radio.